So I'm gonna share something that I'm looking to change my life. So it's sort of like a little life note, a letter to myself, because I do believe in just growing in life, continue to mature. I don't know everything regardless of my age, and I'm still kind of young in a way, but I never want to get to a point where I stop learning, and I never want to get to a point in my life where I stop growing and just think that I arrived. Because as long as I have breath in my body, it's always something to learn, always something that I can grow in, and just continue to use that wisdom to maximize all the potential that God placed inside of me. And I was listening to this message, which I am going to share to community group because it's not a lot of people that I listen to, but this message I really do need. And he was talking about letting go of offense. And we know that is a hard thing for some of us to do because the offense sometimes, well, most of the time for some of us, come from people that do know you, people that talk to you, people that know your name and they be around you, and yet sometimes they choose to do things to get you off course or to just, I guess, rattle you in a way to just get you all mad and worked up. And I know it's other times where we're offended by people we don't know. And sometimes it may take that as offense and it may not really be intentional. It may just be a mistake, or maybe they didn't mean to do that and we just took it as that. And I know that's something I'm dealing with right now and we're trying to work on. But one thing that he talked about that it just rings so true for me is that when we are offended, we have to learn how to go to people. We have to learn how to tell people. And what I have been thinking about more when it comes to relationships, what I really want from my relationships with my family, with people that I interact with on a daily basis, is that I do want those real, authentic relationships, relationships where I can be honest and be truthful, because I find myself holding in a lot of resentment because I did not speak up when I should have. And I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying that you gotta be this mean person and just tell people off. There's a certain way to do things, a certain way to say things, and also everything on your mind you don't need to say. You need to keep certain things to yourself. Some things you don't need to say out loud because you never know how your words can impact somebody. They may already be off the edge, and maybe what they're doing to you is really a result of what's going on inside of them. So you have to be careful how you say things, how you approach things, but if I want those real authentic relationships, I got to come into that relationship, into that environment, being authentic and being truthful and just speaking up, because I think it is frustrating when people do not be honest with you and don't tell you the truth. They don't tell you the truth about how they're feeling. If you have offended them in a way, they won't speak up and say anything because they think you may go off. And I think if you have a good relationship with somebody, they should know how you react to things. And at least if you're just being honest about it. And if you tell them, this is what bothers me, this is how I react to stuff. And maybe they can learn how to communicate in a way that you can understand, just like you can learn how to communicate in a way that they can understand. And that's all, in relationship building. But it's hard to be in those type of relationships where people are not honest and they feel like they have to go around the corner with you or they have to walk on eggshells. Those are not the type of relationships that you like to be in. And if you are the type of person that people feel like they can't be honest with, that I'm not saying do the blame game, but at least try to look at how you have approached things in the past and try to make yourself be that open person. Because for 2025, what I truly want to do more in my life, well, actually not do more, but do every day, this is 100% me, is truly be honest with people. Because this goes like real deep into relationships. This goes like when it comes to your job, when it comes to just how you're doing in life. Let's say your spiritual walk, let's say Christian walk, or maybe it just could be just with your health, whatever area that is, to just be honest. Because if you're hurting, it's hard to treat someone that's hurting when they don't never say what is hurting them. If they never say what the spot is, they're just kind of like glossing over it. And if I want to advance in my own life and I want to move on to better things and to just meet different people, experiencing new things, that I need to be honest with myself about what I want in life and what I expect, from relationships and friendships, even with my career, what do I expect out of it? Like when I decide to go work for a company, what do I expect? What do I, you know, what kind of team I want to be a part of. I say that, those are examples because when we just sit here just lie about stuff, that's when resentment comes, that's when anger comes, that bitterness comes. And when it sits, those things create monsters. And that's how you get people walking around so frustrated about stuff, so full of hate, and they have not learned how to just let go of that lie or just want to pretend and be fake and, just feel like they have to just look a certain way instead of actually being, you know, who they really are so they can get the help and the support that they need. Because that's another thing. When you hide, you know, I said, like when you hide, what you trying to do in life and what you trying to accomplish in life. What I mean by that is that if you're on a team or if you're with your family and maybe something that you feel confident you want to share with them, like I say, like I'm in the doctoral program, I can be comfortable just telling my mom, hey, sometimes of the day I may not answer my phone or I may have times when my phone will be off because I'm studying. I'm trying to really pass this course. I'm trying to do well my dissertation. That's something just to be open about because now since I told her that, it's not to really to be offended by it, even though some people may still get a little offended by that, but it's not to be offended by it, but now she know how to support me. She know what to say to me when I call her about things because I was open with her about what's going on in my life. That same thing people talk a lot about boundaries. If you are certain, if you, how can I say this? If you have a certain way of doing things, I say that, a certain way about yourself, be upfront about that, people. If you know you're not the type person that's talking on the phone all day, be upfront about that. Now, I'm not saying don't make time for your friendships because you do need to learn how to do that and learn how to work yourself up to that. You don't have to be the person that just go out and just do everything just to prove that you're a good friend or prove that you're the right person to be in a relationship with. You don't have to do all those things. Work yourself up to those things. Be truthful with people, be honest with people so they'll know what they're getting and they're not just always trying to figure things out and you just because you're so mysterious. Now I'm not saying put everything out there on the line, all your business out there, but at least come with people with the truth and be honest. So when you're trying to resolve a conflict or you're trying to build a relationship with someone, whether that's family or with friends or wherever the case may be, that you're being honest and real and open. And that's something that I just wanted to share because 2025, I want that to be my year for me. And like the message I am going to share with the community, another thing that I said that you have to also learn how to confront people, when they have offended you. Now, I'm not saying, now I'm glad he said this, we're not talking about just go off on people, but if something have hurt you and it's kind of just messing the relationship up a little bit or you're still sitting there all the anger in, it's nothing wrong with just having like a calm conversation with them and tell them that be honest up front, say what you need to say right there and there because if you wait, anger is going to sit and anger is not good. Because we know what the Bible says about anger. It does rest in the bosom of a fool. So y'all know that. And hey, it may hurt to read it like that, but it's true. And some of us, we are witness to that. So that's something that I just want to share and just hopefully that encourage someone about being honest, being authentic, and be truthful about what you want in life. Be truthful with others because there's nothing wrong with being honest. There's nothing wrong with being truthful because I know we want to. I know sometimes we feel like we have to live a lie just to get somebody's approval or get in certain places, but when you are truthful, you will get the things that you need, and you don't have to play this game of charades. Like people have to figure out who you are today, who you are the next day, but just be who you are. Be honest, be truthful, and live a life that people can really look up to. So that's all my chat today.